Oh, let's see, a little bit about me. Jared actually pointed this one out to me a little while ago. I am employed by some people that own 5 different companies. What they do is they're herbalists. They're in the alternative healthcare field, and that presents us with a little bit of a different challenge as far as IT goes. Putting anything online is generally not a good idea, and the only thing we actually have online is our website, and even that is there's some extra hoops you have to go through to even access that. So anyway, that we were talking, and he said, you know, you're basically an MSP that just happens to draw a paycheck instead of bill for it. So now I'm telling everyone I'm an MSP.
Money. Do you have an idea of how much you were saving on that?
It wasn't just to save money. It was also to, but money-wise, we were using the Windows Pro license for each desktop before, and as we're replacing desktops, that's $120 for the desktop, and probably just guesstimating here because I haven't tracked the amount of time I deal with licenses. I'm guessing that that's probably 4 to 5 hours over the life of a desktop that I don't have to spend just making sure everything's properly licensed and dealing with having to call Microsoft to make sure get the license re-registered and that sort of thing. Mostly it was because it was going to be a more secure environment than what they had with Windows. We had had problems actually with the advertising. Amazon, they use Amazon a lot for their some of the product that they purchase, and I think the manager's computer actually got hit from an ad. He was trying, oh no, it wasn't Amazon, it was Yahoo. He was trying to check his personal mail, and an ad came through on the Yahoo homepage that was malicious and took down his workstation and a couple of others, and I restored them from backup, but I think that was what actually caused management to go, we should think about doing something else. Any other questions?
Other than the lack of virus potential. Thank you. Other than the lack of virus potential that you've gained by running Linux because it's a smaller footprint, do you feel that the move has been better for you and your users than staying on Windows?
I can say it's definitely been better for me, just because I had been working with Linux before. I knew it better than a Windows environment. And honestly, most of the users don't care what they're using because they're only logging into a website. And so, like I said, presenting as long as I'm presenting the users the same interface to get to their website or their management portal, what have you, they really don't care what they're using. As long as there's a button there where the start menu should be and an icon to get to Firefox or Chrome or whichever browser they prefer, that's what they want. So and like I said, I'm more of a Linux guy than a Windows guy anyway, so it just made life easier on me too.
So you said you're thinking it saves you like 130 or whatever on your licensing, just the pro cost.
Yeah.
So how are you buying your boxes? I mean, do you buy Dells with no install or Dells with HP, whatever brand? How are you getting those and handling all that? Because the common purchase, the license cost is already in there. It doesn't matter.
For our desktops, I've been using a company called Stellar Technologies. It's the same idea as XByte, but they have the workstation class hardware available for it. I can get one of their Dell T3500s. I think I ordered without a Windows license. It was like $255. And the T3500s are a little older now, but it's a workstation class computer that's going to last 4 or 5 years for us, whereas going to Walmart and getting something for $400, why, I'd be happy if it lasted 6 months. So yeah, if you're buying something new, it's probably already included. You're probably not going to save yourself anything.
So is the theory then with buying the cheaper hardware, Linux is likely less resource intensive than Windows, so you can get away with a little bit older hardware at the savings over having to buy a new machine that will make Windows snappy all the time?
Somewhat. Using KDE, it's not really much less resource intensive than Windows, to be honest. But let me think. This last one we bought, the T3500, was a Intel Xenon, I forget which model, a 2.5 gig quad-core Xenon processor with hyper-threading, 12 gig of RAM, and I didn't get a hard drive with that one just because we had SSD from a former workstation that I stuck in there. And that's really the big thing. Putting an SSD even in a workstation that's 2 or 3 years old is, to the user, is going to feel like it's lightning fast if they're used to a hard drive. Anything else?
We're actually.
I did it.
You did it. I thought it was you back there again. We have a little bit of time for a break here, so everybody can take a break. I know everybody's starting to fade. And Travis, thank you very much.